I need to find a receipt. See that box back there? That is an inverter generator. It's supposed to give consistent power. See, you put gas in it, you pull the string, it starts up, and it creates power. And that electricity allows you to use things like Sawzalls and the blower fan for your propane heater, so you can heat the freezing room that you're in. And when it doesn't work, neither does anything else. And it was very frustrating because that was my morning this morning. So instead of doing things nice and cleanly, I used a sledgehammer, which accomplished the task. But it was in the cold. I was very frustrated. Dozer got cold, started shivering. I was kind of ticked off. Thing is, I paid good money for that thing. I had a good intention that if I'm going to invest this money, this is what I'm going to get out of it. And, well, I didn't. Now I am taking it back. Um, I've been like that. I've been the person that somebody thought that they could count on to do something, and I didn't show up. Or I did show up and I didn't deliver as promised. And I'm not saying people took me back to the store, but people, at times in life, people were not able to rely on me. And I have regrets about that. A lot of times in life, we have a tendency to overcommit. Someone told me once, never hang your hat where you can't reach it. And I think that's a pretty good statement. Putting our hat somewhere where when we need it, we can't access it. Or when somebody else needs it. Don't make promises you can't keep. Over promise or under promise, over deliver. A lot of times we do the opposite. We over promise and we under deliver. But the Bible says, let your yes be yes and your no be no. It's anything else is from the devil. If we are overselling ourselves, if we're selling who we are to somebody like a used car salesman, and we make promises we're not willing to commit or even planning on committing, a lot of times people end up having aspects of their lives diminished. They counted on you, and you weren't there. Uh, it also translates to God calls us and to do things and calls us into obedience. And we like to say, yeah, God, I'll do that for you. But then when the time comes up and the opportunity shows, we don't show up. There's a parable Jesus tells about two sons, and a father asked their sons to go into the field, and one said, I would do it, and the other said, I won't. But the one that said he wouldn't ended up feeling guilty and went and did it anyway. And the one that said he would, didn't. And Jesus asked the question, who was the obedient son? Who honored his father? And obviously it's the guy that did it. See, we're not always going to get it right in our heads. I mean, we get upset and we say things, and but God says, when you recognize what I'm calling you to do, just live in obedience. Show up. The great thing is every time we show up with God, God shows up and he brings us things that we never could have imagined. He gives us greater opportunity. He gives us greater blessing. He gives us greater fruitfulness. And he shows us that he chooses to use us and give us that blessing. So I hope that's been an encouragement to you. This thing now smells like gas, making my Jeep smell like gas. I'm really ticked off. I'm going to take this stupid thing back. But hopefully it'll be a reminder to me that when I make a commitment, when I give my word, I'm going to keep it. God bless you.